The situation in Ukraine remains dire, with no end in sight. The ongoing war has devastated cities, displaced millions, and caused untold suffering. Despite numerous attempts at ceasefires and peace talks, the violence continues unabated. The Easter truce in Ukraine has failed. On April 20th, 2025, a temporary ceasefire was announced to provide a brief respite for Orthodox Easter celebrations. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the ceasefire, a 36-hour pause in hostilities, as a gesture of goodwill. This announcement was met with cautious optimism by the international community. The ceasefire was to coincide with Orthodox Easter, a significant holiday in both Russia and Ukraine. It was a time for families to come together and reflect. The truce was supposed to start at 16:00 BST. However, the fragile peace was shattered almost immediately, with reports of violations surfacing within hours. Both sides quickly blamed each other for breaking the truce, further escalating tensions and undermining any hope for a peaceful resolution. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky claimed that Russia had violated the ceasefire almost immediately, reporting 387 shellings, 19 assaults, and 290 drone uses in just 6 hours. The scale of the reported violations was staggering, with artillery fire and drone attacks causing significant damage and casualties. The use of drones has become a common tactic in this conflict, allowing for surveillance and targeted strikes with devastating precision. Russia's defense ministry denied these accusations, countering that Ukrainian forces were the ones to blame, reporting 444 violations by Ukrainian troops. The back-and-forth accusations have only served to deepen the mistrust between the two nations. Each side remains entrenched in their positions. BBC reporters on the ground noted a rare quiet on the front lines, though they did observe a Russian missile launcher-equipped ship moving into the Black Sea. Despite the relative calm, individual skirmishes continued, highlighting the fragility of the ceasefire. The movement of a Russian missile launcher-equipped ship into the Black Sea was seen as a provocative act, raising concerns about a potential escalation. Despite the relative calm, individual skirmishes continued, with both sides engaging in sporadic firefights. Zelensky has called for an extension of the truce to a 30-day ceasefire, previously proposed by the US, aiming for meaningful negotiations and humanitarian aid. The international community, particularly the United States, has been actively involved in mediating the conflict, pushing for longer ceasefires and diplomatic solutions. This latest attempt at peace echoes a similar failed ceasefire during Orthodox Christmas in January 2023, marred by violations and mutual recriminations. The repeated failures of these ceasefires have left many questioning whether a peaceful resolution is even possible. The US, expressing frustration over the lack of progress, has hinted at withdrawing from further mediation efforts. This potential withdrawal could have significant implications for the conflict, reducing the pressure on both sides to negotiate. As the war, which began on February 24, 2022, drags on, the hope for lasting peace remains elusive. Despite numerous peace marches and calls for an end to the violence, the reality on the ground remains grim. Hundreds of thousands have been killed or injured, and the world watches, hoping for an end to the conflict. The international community remains engaged, but the path to peace is fraught with challenges and uncertainties. Stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding situation. As the conflict continues to evolve, we will keep you informed with the latest developments and insights.